Hello everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful time. Today I would like to share my experience of using this Dina Phipps Terminator Plus 12 edition, which is special edition that they try to show you that technology and everything comes together in 12-year anniversary of Dina Phipps brand. It uses the high quality material and really good transformer, and it built like a tank, and it has probably all the digital inputs that you may ever need for digital to analog converters, as well as it has fully balanced design with very good quality analog output stage. I tried both of them in my system. So cable I'm using is XLR cable, is Daedalus XLR cable from Right Cable from Italy, and AudioQuest King Cobra RCA cable that connected to my main amplifier. Also, I used two different setup in this system, two Class D mono blocks, which is the Ice Power 500 watts mono blocks I pair with this Leather Buck R2R Class A full balance pre-stage with this Sony Music server connecting Mogami cables. USB cable I use Oya Eden Neo Class A USB cable. I find it to be most transparent and probably one of the cleanest sounding USB cable. And speakers, I was using these three different speakers, and I switch around the speakers, and I really like the way they sound together with Dina Phipps Terminator Plus and my speaker. I like the best with this JBL L100 Classic 75th or Pioneer TED S1EX. JBL can bring me very good, vivid, and dynamic attack and really good soundscape and deep soundstage, incredibly deep, especially after upgrading the stand. So really deep and very well defined notes that I can enjoy listening to. It's like you are listening in very well controlled live environment kind of sound quality. In the other hand, the Pioneer TED S1EX has great ability to reproduce real hi-fi, high quality, like studio mastering worthy kind of sound reproduction without any coloration, yet very refined sound signature. So both of these speakers works really well with this Dina Phipps Terminator Plus 12. My listening section, I started off with a lot of different music as usual. Oh, by the way that they built this deck is like a tank. It's incredibly heavy and very strong, built with very high quality material. You can feel it and you can totally see it the way they built it, exception of the feet are not so great in my opinion. So that's why I'm using this AudioCrest maglev footers. So those are high quality footers with really stabilized even for turntable use. So that's what I use. I didn't use the original footers. So that is my setup. And I try a bunch of different music as usual, from hard rock, heavy metal, to symphony, to orchestra, everything pretty much. I mean, I had this deck for almost 3-4 months now, so I've been listening to it on and off while I was reviewing other components. So what I find is how much this Dina Phipps Terminator Plus 12 is neutral, clean, transparent sound, yet brings you best out of your system. What I mean is it can deliver the great sound without coloration. Most transparent R2R deck that I have had to take, regardless of the price point. My favorite deck, personal favorite deck, is Esoteric Grandioso. It doesn't get me to that territory of a quality sound, but that is, we are talking about $50,000 component, right? This one sells for around like 7,800 US dollar. For that high quality sound and overall refinement, well controlled background noise, and like really good high quality soundscape and sound staging and depth, as well as the refinement, especially when you listen to like a lot of music with micro details. It can incredibly reproduce with most realistic feeling to it. It can float around you and it will stay in the air, linger a bit longer than the other decks that I experience in my system. It can re-deliver the music effortlessly natural, incredibly accurate, great tonal balance with very good control attack, as well as refinement that it come with it. So it doesn't introduce you any harshness or any brightness as long as you're recording it up for it. What I mean is, if the recording is bright, it can shows you the bright sounding recording, but it will retain it and control it without giving you the harsh and bright sounding sound reproduction out of your system, regardless of what material of tweeters or ribbon or whatever you may have. It can totally contain it and control it without coloration, and it will reproduce you incredibly accurate sound and giving you pleasure of enjoying your music without getting into harsh and bright territory. So that is an incredible achievement in this kind of sound reproduction. The loudness level is as standard as it can be. Especially, you will totally know if you play in DSD files. So DSD files doesn't go through the R2 architecture. It does go through the FPGA chip and the design, and it can totally re-deliver as it recorded through the analog output stage. So R2 architecture is not capable of transferring or converting any DSD signal. So that is done by different circuitry. So back to the PCM conversion, you can try NOS or not oversampling, right? So that not oversampling feature is least noticeable compared to other lower end model with this DINA Frips, this Terminator Plus 12, because whether I try oversampling or not oversampling, sound quality is almost equal, as good as each other, but oversampling mode, background noise control, is even better and whole new level. For examples, I was listening to Linda Ronstadt Blue Bayou track. So that track, it has a little bit of tape hissing, hiss noise in overall the intro area especially. So that noise is totally contained and controlled, and I have to pay a little bit more attention to hear it. I can still hear it tiny bit, but not as noticeable as other deck, oversampling or not. I can totally hear the how well this Terminator 12 Plus can control it, because that noise is almost non-existent. If you have that track, I would suggest you to try it, because that noise control, this one totally tame it down and control it without changing the sound quality and sound reproduction of original recording, which is incredible achievement when it's come to that kind of circuitry and programming design. Then another nice thing about this Terminator Plus 12 is without restriction, free-flowing music as if you are listening to like live concert kind of feeling. So when I was listening to Shostakovich Piano Number 2 by Christina Ortiz, it really gives me goosebumps, and like it gets me emotional. So beautiful, so engaging to listen. I felt like I was listening in the concert hall, sweet spot listening area, because I can feel the airiness and spaciousness and the decay and tonal balance and the striking, piano hammers, and everything is incredibly reproduced. The way that the music notes flow through the air, and it gets really airy and spacious as if I was sitting there. So that kind of sound quality and sound reproduction that you are after, I can totally recommend this deck for you to try it. Doesn't matter what music you listen to. If you listen to heavy metal, hard rock, that is my favorite genre used to be, right? Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, you name it, I had it, I enjoy it, I stay enjoying it. So when I throw some of the music back at my CD ripped Guns N' Roses album or MoFi remaster Guns N' Roses albums, I tried it. Oh my goodness, the music that it can reproduce is incredible. Even those brightly recorded guitar riffs and solos are totally enjoyable with great harmony and musicality with incredible attack and dynamic range without getting bright or like forward sounding kind of thing. So that is the thing that you are after. This is it, my friend. You can listen to any music, right? If you don't know, personally I play acoustic guitar since I was teenage boy, so I had my fair share and I know how the actual music sound, and I was in the bands. So, and my wife played piano. So what I find this deck is how accurate it can reproduce and represent the sound without adding anything, yet still giving you very refined sound signature. Out of the box, I wasn't impressed because, oh, this is too smooth. But over time, it changed. It doesn't sound smooth at all. It doesn't sound laid back at all. It sounds natural. It doesn't overdo anything. So that is the highlight and most highest point of this Terminator Plus 12 in my opinion. Incredibly accurate yet musical. That is the whole point. And sound staging and width and depth and tonal balance, you name it, you got it. There is everything that you can enjoy. For the sound quality and performance wise, I cannot give you recommendation enough. This Dina Phipps Terminator Plus 12 can totally react and shows you slightest changes in your system, even for AC power cable. So that's why I went back to OYAIDE Black Mamba Alpha V2 power code, which has a really clean and transparent sounding power cable. So personally, I like the way they sound in my system in overall performance wise, sound reproduction accurately as it can be. So best of all, it has really great live feeling to it, like you are sitting in the concert hall and enjoying grand piano playing by world top pianist. So those kind of high quality sound reproduction and performance that you are after, this one can do it for you. If you are considering buying any kind of decks under 15,000 US dollar, I will suggest you to put this Terminator Plus 12 on top of your short list. Out of curiosity, I compare and try many other decks that I have, R2R or not. What I find is most of them come up short because it doesn't have that kind of absolute ability to redeliver the music with really nice, spacious, incredibly articulate notes in, especially in lower register, totally in different level. My favorite part is I can feel it, the way the airiness and spaciousness and the notes are lingering and three-dimensional soundstage that it can produce. Incredible stereo image with great deep soundscape that it can redeliver. Musically engaging. Performance is great. I mean, there is absolute no background noise that humanly can hear. Best of all, the sound quality that I enjoy listening to, regardless of type of the music I throw at them. In this price level and this kind of performance category is only comes down to your personal preference and synergy with your pairing components. I will highly suggest you to try this Dina Phipps Terminator 12 Plus if you are considering any decks under $15,000, you may end up preferring this deck more than any other decks in that price range, because this one has and this one can give you quality and total ability of giving you performance of a lot of those decks in that price range. This is a must try digital to analog converter that you may enjoy, and high-end analog rig kind of sounding with great performance of digital audio. That's how I will summarize it. So highly recommended, my friend. Thank you very much for watching and happy listening.
What's up, baby? Oh yeah, I'm on my way home. Oh yeah, the kids are in the house tonight. It'll be just you and I. Oh yeah, I'll stop and pick up something. Oh, we can get our groove on tonight, baby. All right, see you. It's the weekend, baby. Time to settle down. The kids are at the movies. I hope you feel like getting down. I'll go get the drinks, baby. You go get the ice. I'm gonna turn on the stereo, baby. Let's listen to something nice. 'Cause I wanna do the freaky girl. I wanna freaky groove with you. I wanna put you in the mood, baby, all night long. I wanna make sweet love to you. Now listen. Disconnect the phone, baby, and I'll turn down the lights. If you take me all night long, baby, I'm gonna do it till I do it right. Won't step into the bedroom, put on them sexy thongs, and don't you worry about messing them up, baby, because it won't be on for long. 'Cause I wanna do the freaky, baby. I wanna freaky groove with you. I wanna put you in the mood, baby, all night long. I wanna make sweet love to you. 'Cause I wanna do the freaky, baby. I wanna freaky groove with you. I wanna put you in the mood, baby, all night long. I wanna make sweet love to you. Oh, come on, play that saxophone for me. Here we go. I wanna make sweet love to you. 'Cause I wanna do the freaky, baby. I wanna freaky groove with you. I wanna put you in the mood, baby, all night long. I wanna make sweet love to you. Turn out the lights, baby. Turn them on. Here we go.
a miner for a heart of gold. It's these expressions that never give that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. They keep me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, I've crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, it's such a fine line that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. It keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. Keeps me searching and I'm growing old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. I've been a miner